It's time for the show that engages with people of the combat sports world. And now, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed combat sports show champion of the world, Flash Knockdown!
Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining me on episode 14 of Flash Knockdown with the number 4 ranked amateur lightweight and the reigning, defending UKFC lightweight champion, Super Teddy Stringer. Welcome to the show, Teddy.
Thank you, mate. I love that. It's a proper introduction.
Is Bruce Buffer's job at risk?
I think he best be watching his back, you know. You're coming in there.
Excellent. I'm pleased to hear that. Well, Teddy, I know you're a man in high demands, so it's a pleasure that you agreed to come on the show today. Thank you very much.
No worries, mate. I've been looking forward to coming onto this show for a while. You've got some quality interviews, so it's a pleasure.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, Teddy. And Teddy, before we go any further, could you give the viewers an overview of your MMA career, the gym you represent, and how people can find you online, please?
Yeah, so I'm Teddy Stringer. I'm the UKFC lightweight champion, number 4 ranked lightweight in the UK. Fight out of Squad Jiu-Jitsu, Fourth Dimension MMA, and Sheffield Shoot Fighters. So I'm a man all around the gyms. And you can find me at Teddy Stringer on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that.
Thank you very much, Teddy. So we now move on to the next part of the show that I've called Flash Choices. For first-time viewers, I will ask Teddy 10 questions with 2 possible answers. And Teddy, you choose the one that best suits in a flash. Got it?
Got it.
Okay, brother. First one, Teddy. Tupton Hall or Ryan Hall?
Ryan Hall.
Ryan Hall. BJJ
Ryan Hall beats
black
Tupton
belt.
Hall every day of the week.
Right. UFC
Yeah, I'd
lightweight
much
too.
rather be studying his stuff than sat at school. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a beast, isn't he?
Yeah, and of course you've got to give the nod to him. I think he's the guy who created 50-50 guard. That's what he's famous for. And he's got a gym called 50-50, and I love all my leg locks at the moment. So Ryan Hall steals that one for me.
Yeah, you got an ankle lock at Empire Grappling, right?
Yeah, I got a heel hook then. It was, all the leg stuff. It's something that this past year I've got into a lot, but I can imagine as soon as I go pro, I'm going to just be heel hooking everyone. I feel like I can't go near their legs in amateur MMA, and I love it so much. It's a big part of my game now. So Ryan Hall all day.
Awesome. Okay, talking about Empire Grappling, Empire State Building or Empire Grappling?
You know the answer, Empire Grappling.
Okay.
I mean, Jake, obviously, he's got UKFC and Empire, and the shows he puts on are always the best.
Yeah, absolutely. You fought there in July versus Kyle Conway.
Yeah, Carl Conway. That was it was a good little matchup, and the way they put those shows on during lockdown was top class. So credit to them.
Excellent. Okay, third one then, Teddy. The 5th of October 2019 or the 29th of February 2020?
29th of Feb 2020, it's got to be.
Okay, and what's the significance of
yeah,
that date?
I mean, that's when I beat Mike Thompson and defended my belt. And against all my fights, that's something that ranks up there as an experience in the cage. I love that fight.
Sure. Okay. Teddy Atlas or Teddy Sheringham?
I go Teddy Atlas on this one. Although I mean, I love a bit of boxing. I love a bit of football as well. That's kind of a side hobby of mine. But yeah, Teddy Atlas gets this one.
Sure. American boxing trainer and fight commentator. And out of interest, who do you support?
Yeah. I'm a Glory supporter. I support Chelsea.
That's fucking illegal.
Even though they've got absolutely no relevance to me.
That's
I live
the
miles
ladies and
away,
gentlemen. You may as well switch off now. That's the end of the interview.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Please don't associate me with that.
Okay, don't worry. I'll try and edit this bit out.
For sure.
I don't want any thumbs down. Just thumbs up.
No,
Yeah, thumbs up. Next one, Teddy. Berlin or Amsterdam?
It's got to be Amsterdam for me. I mean, both great cities, but Amsterdam, when I went there, that was a chill out, a time away from training and fighting. So I enjoyed that.
Excellent. I'm sure you did.
For sure, mate. Yeah,
absolutely. Nice coffees. Texas Pete.
Nice coffee.
Yeah, nice coffees. Texas Pete or Spotty?
Texas Pete's or Spotty?
Yeah. Characters from Super Ted.
Oh man, no. All the guys at the gym get on at me for this. I've never watched Super Ted.
Oh, you're killing me.
My first fight T-shirt was the Super Ted, like a picture of him on it, and it's Super Ted. And I was walking around with it, and every time they'd ask me something about Super Ted, and I was completely went over my head.
Man, you've missed out. You missed out. So who would you choose between Texas Pete and Spotty?
Texas Pete. He sounds that's a good name.
He sounds good, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Okay,
don't know anything about him, but he takes that one.
Okay, fair enough. The Trilogy fight with Mike Thompson or the rematch with Mark Ewan?
Tricky. I'll go Trilogy fight with Mike Thompson.
Okay.
You know, I think that's something that the fans would like to see.
Absolutely. Also the rematch with Mark Ewan.
Yeah. I mean, I would love that fight. I mean, I spoke to Mark. We were thinking about getting some training in after the fight, and I'm sure once coronavirus sort of ends, we'll either get some training in or meet in that cage again one day.
Yeah, him to come down to you or you to go up to Scotland?
Me to go up to Scotland. They've got a good talent pool at a higher level, and I'd like to go down there and get some rounds in with them one day.
Excellent. And he's making his move to the professionals.
Yeah, he's moving to the professionals after that fight with me, and I think he belongs to be there.
Yeah.
Of course, I was gutted with my performance against him, but it speaks to his class.
Correct. Absolutely. Gi or no gi?
No gi all day.
No gi.
No hesitation on that one.
I know you're a blue belt in the gi.
Yeah, in the gi I'm a blue belt. Which I still love the gi, but I've not trained it in a while. It's kind of fallen to the back burner for me.
Okay, fair enough. William Haycox or Liam McCracken?
Liam McCracken for me. Liam McCracken, it's got to be.
Yeah, okay. And the final one, Teddy, rolling or sparring?
Rolling.
Yeah. Like in Amsterdam.
Yeah, for sure. Rolling in the coffee shops.
Absolutely. And how did you find that overall, Teddy?
It was good, mate. I like those questions. You caught me off guard with the Super Ted one, but it was good.
Okay, fair enough. And normally at this stage, Teddy, I'd be keen to understand your journey to martial arts and some of your early memories. But you've already covered that in previous interviews. So I will spare both you and the viewers and instead start with the IMMAFs, a competition which represents the highest standards in amateur MMA. You competed at the Junior Worlds in Bahrain last year. And if I'm right, Paul Reed was the one who first suggested attending the trials. Is that correct?
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it was Paul Reed who first suggested me going down then. I'd had experience with Paul on my second fight and my third fight because I fought through Cage Warriors on them, and he helped organise. And he's been a great guy to work with, a good promoter, and he's always looked after me. And I can't exactly remember the time when he talked about it, but I remember he put it forward to me, and I saw the trials, went there, and the rest is history, really.
Excellent. And bearing in mind the IMMAFs is the highest level of amateur MMA, did you feel suitably prepared for the level of competition you'd be facing?
Yeah, I feel like I was ready to come, and I was fully prepared to go out there and win that tournament. I thought I was going to win it. I was prepared to win it, but obviously I'm a little bit sour about the decision over there in Bahrain. But yeah, I felt fully prepared to go out there. It was a little bit of a different experience, but I'm definitely going to revisit the IMMAFs and get that gold medal that's rightfully mine.
Absolutely. And could you explain the financial commitments you had to endure just to get out there and how you managed to achieve that?
Yes, so it's a lot of money to go out to Bahrain. It was something well over £1,000 I had to end up spending to get out there to the tournament. So thankfully, I had a lot of people support me. One of the main sponsors, a guy who I hold pads for, Nigel, his business sponsored me the bulk sum of that to go out there and get the flights, pay for the accommodation, and get to the tournament. So without people like that looking after fighters like me and the rest of the team, there'd be no team out there because there's not support and funding for the best people to get out there.
Yeah, and that brings me on to my next question then, Teddy. So due to the cost, do you feel it hinders our ability to send out the best team possible?
Yeah, I think if you were to go onto the rankings and for each amateur weight division and pick the number one guy, 9 times out of 10, they haven't been to IMMAF or there's a select few, because those are the guys that should be there, the people who are in the top 5, top 10 of the rankings. And sometimes just they can't get there financially, or they've not got the right support work to get out there. But not to dig against any of the people that got into the team, but I just think there were some people there who weren't the best person to come and represent the UK.
Yeah, makes sense. And I know you rightly felt hard done by during your opening match at the Worlds, but beyond that, what were some of the benefits of being part of the IMMAFs that perhaps isn't obvious to the rest of us?
It's a proper experience going out there. I mean, they treat you like kings for that week. Especially in Bahrain, the appreciation for the sport there. The Prince is a massive fan, and like there was police escorts for us to the venue and stuff, and it was a bit surreal. Like we were looking around like, what the hell is this? With some guys fighting in town halls back at home, and we're getting police escorts to the venue. So it's a real experience, and I think anyone who has the opportunity should go there for sure. Okay.
And any reason you competed at welterweights, and given the chance, would you do that again?
Yeah, so a lot of people don't understand the IMMAF sits on the day weigh-ins. So most shows have the day before weigh-ins, Friday weigh-ins, but with the IMMAF it's weigh-in on the day of the fight, and then as you progress through the tournament, you've got to weigh in every day. So for someone like me who cuts a lot of weight to get down to lightweight, I'm walking around 80 plus kilos. Getting to welterweight's a comfortable place for me to be on the day weigh-ins. So if I do it again, for sure, I'm not quite sure. Maybe with the right nutritionist, I could maybe squeeze down to lightweight, but it'd be miserable. I like to be a happy fighter.
I see. So you do welterweight again?
Yeah, I think so. Especially since last year at the IMMAFs, I've packed on even more size. So I'm still only young, 20 years old, so I'm growing, and I think welterweight's probably the right division for me for on the day and day before lightweight.
I gotcha. Makes sense. And finally, on the IMMAFs, Teddy, and all being well, the European Open in Russia is scheduled for August 2021, which is when you turn 21 and possibly turn professional. Is that an event you have your eye on?
Yeah, it's the timing's quite nice with that. August 2021, I think. I've been looking to go professional later on this year, well, next year. And I always said 21's quite a good age for me to go professional. I feel like there's still fights left for me at amateur, so try and squeeze them out over the next few months. And it'd be a nice way to go to Russia, get that gold medal, become European champion, and then head off to the pro ranks with a few more scalps.
Yeah. I mean, you've got the Worlds in Kazakhstan at the end of November 2021.
Yeah. So dependent on how things go.
Exactly.
I mean, squeeze the Worlds in, pro
Exactly.
debut at the end of December.
Exactly.
I like to be active. So if I can squeeze as much in as possible, then that'll suit me.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Teddy. And before we look at your flashlights, Teddy, any advice you would give to someone preparing for their first amateur contest?
Yeah, so it's just weird thinking back to my first amateur contest, but I think the biggest bit of advice from whenever I've cornered people or helping people get ready for fights, it's just breathe, be calm. And the people who have reached that state of cool, calm and collected, they perform the best. So it'll be a big occasion for your first amateur fight, but the more you breathe, the more you relax in there, the better your performance will be. So it sounds like rubbish advice, but just breathe.
Stay present.
Yeah, exactly. A million things can come into your mind during a fight, but if you just stay there and focus on being calm and beating that person up in front of you, you'll most likely enjoy the fight and get the win.
Yeah, true. Great advice there, Teddy. Thank you very much.